Yeah, welcome. Obviously, the squad announcements, well, two really squad announcements. First, the EPS squads, and obviously the revisions to those prior to the Six Nations. We made a decision to announce the replacements early, mainly to help everyone in the clubs, the players, obviously you guys understand where we're at. We've got 8 injuries in the senior squad, which is quite a significant number. But obviously it creates a great opportunity for some younger players, some other players to get some opportunities now as we head into the preparations for the France game. 20 months away from the World Cup, 20 games to go, so we see it as the right time. And there's 2 rounds of Europe, so things still may change, obviously, over the course of the next couple of weeks. We'll announce a revised squad and a Saxon squad next Friday. Obviously, just to summarise, one change in the senior squad. George Ford coming in for Toby Flood. Obviously, disappointed that Toby's chosen to play next season in France, but it's a decision we all respect. I spoke to him a couple of times and tried to encourage him to stay at Leicester, but he's made that decision. We respect that, but obviously it's a great opportunity for George to come in. We've also got some exciting selections in the Saxons with Dave Hughes coming in, Sam Dickinson. So we're looking forward to see how they go, and that game against Ireland at Gloucester will be excellent for us. So it's not easy managing all the dynamics, but great to with the clubs and the directors of rugby, and 2 weeks to go. So we'll see where we end up.
Stuart, perhaps we can talk about George Ford in just a moment. Perhaps it'd be fitting though to talk about Toby Flood. He's been some servant for his country down the years, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has, and he's made a lifestyle decision. As I said, we all respect that, and he's been great for us. He's been fantastic with me in my time, and I've got a really good relationship with him. We had a couple of good meetings to talk it all through, and respect his decision. But obviously, he understands also that RFU policy dictates that we don't select players unless it's exceptional circumstances, and I'd rather make the decision now at this point, 20 months out from a World Cup, and give someone like Stephen Marler or George Ford an opportunity to trim the squad to see what they can do as we get closer, because clearly next season Toby will be unavailable.
So why George Ford at 20 years of age? As you say, there was Myler, there was lots of competition in that particular department. Why Ford?
I just think, obviously, he had a great game at the weekend, but that was a sort of the tipping point really in terms of his performance. I felt his maturity in that game was excellent, and we've known about him for a long time. He's been on the pathway for a long time. He's had great development when he was at Leicester. He's obviously gone to Bath and had regular game time now, and I think it's the right time to bring him in to see what he can do at a higher level. He's coming into the squad first and foremost, so his opportunity now is to try and push his place for the team. And as you say, he's got some competition, because we're bringing Stephen Marler into the squad. We want to have a look and see how he goes. He went well in Argentina. He's played well this season, and I think he deserves that chance. And Freddie, we're going to play in the first Saxons game at Gloucester, because he's missed a couple of games recently, and we want to see how he runs a game international rugby. He's been involved with the senior squad a while now, but he's not quite had as many games as I'm sure he'd like. So this is a great opportunity for him to put a marker down. So it's it'll be an interesting dynamic to see how it unfolds over the next few weeks.
And they say he's got an all-court game for. Is it going on with that? Can he do it all? Seemingly?
Yeah, I mean, he's like any young player. There's areas of the game he's working on all the time. But his tactical kicking game has been excellent. He's got a great running game. He beats defenders. He defends well, and he's a good goal kicker, as he showed at the weekend. So, I spoke to his dad the other day. I was down at the club and a good chat with the coaches there and the senior players, and I guess people I respect at the club who I've spoken to. They have a huge amount of respect for his game understanding, but also his maturity as a young player. And I think 20 months out from a World Cup, it's the time's right to bring him into the squad, and the next job for him is to impress to get in the team.
Yeah, how close is he to perhaps a first cap in the Six Nations?
Well, I mean, there's been lots of occasions in the last 2 years where players who've been on the outside have suddenly come in and pressed their opportunity. And Maka Vunipola ended up becoming a British Lion by the end of last season. Joe Launchbury came in and had a fantastic Six Nations. Owen Farrell's got the shirt at the moment and he's playing exceptionally well for Saracens. So That's his first objective. But knowing George as I do, you know, he'll prioritise Bath for the next couple of weeks, and then he'll come in and put his best foot forward.
And long term, you say Owen Farrell's playing well at 10 of course he is, but he's played at 12 outside forward, hasn't he, in the past at under 20s level with to great success. Is that something that could happen long term with you?
Again, you'd never say never. I mean, we see Owen as a 10 primarily for us. He's played 12 for Saracens as well outside Charlie Hodgson. But you know, going into this Six Nations, we very much see Owen as a 10, and we've got, you know, the likes of Billy Twelvetrees and Carl Eastman in our squad who fill that role very well. And it's equally exciting also to bring Luther in now. Obviously injury to Manu, but I think Luther deserves this opportunity. And also great news to actually have a player back from injury rather than lose one to injury. So Brad Barrett's return is like having a new player back in. So you know, excited about the centres, but also, you know, the wingers as well. Some exciting talent there.
And yeah, among that talent, Anthony Watson. I mean, you've had your eye on him for a while. He's pretty special too, isn't he?
Yeah, and again, he's a player who we'd like to look at now at this point, out from a World Cup. He played on the wing at the weekend, obviously, which was a bonus for us. It was good to see him there. Thought he played well. And he, alongside Johnny May, Jack Noel and Chris Ashton will fight out for those wing slots for that France game. You know, unfortunately, injuries to Marland and Christian have meant they can't be available for the start. Marland hopefully will come back, probably for the third Six Nations game. But these four have all got an opportunity to put a marker down, and I think once we get Marlon and Christian back with some real competition.
Stuart, you've got 11 players who are on the go for 24. Did you imagine 2 years ago that 18 months from a World Cup you would have that amount of youth in this squad?
Not really. It wasn't part of the master plan, to be honest. But actually, you know, I think the players who've been picked who are under 24 are the players who are in form and deserve the opportunity. So you know, the likes of Billy Vunipola or Owen Farrell or Joe Marler or Maka Vunipola, these guys, the quality players and they're playing well in the Premiership, and that's going to be the criteria for selection. The fact that they're young actually is a really positive thing, I think, for England rugby. And I think for us as a country, as we build a team for the World Cup, but also way beyond the World Cup, I think we're in good hands in that regard. But it doesn't count for much, you know, if you don't win consistently. And, you know, we need to make sure we go to France and you know, make sure we put in performance that gives us that win in the starting game.
And with that France game in mind, in a couple of weeks' time, somewhere like the wing positions is somewhere that there's a lot of contention, and you know, Chris Ashton could be on one side, but then you've got the likes of Jack Noel and Johnny May as well. Jack Noel winning the LV Breakthrough Player Award last season, so it's quite a rise for players like him. Yeah,
absolutely, and I think you know, we'll defer our selection until after the camp. You know, we've got the 2 rounds of Europe, and then we go into camp, and clearly having all 30-odd players in camp training against each other, I mean, it'll be pretty competitive, and we'll base our decisions on the back of that week. The boys will have a weekend off, and they'll have Monday, Tuesday leading up to the France game, and we'll narrow down our selection then. So, you know, we anticipate the camp to be competitive, and so it should be. You know, this is about picking the right team for England, and you know, the best players are there, and it's a great opportunity for them all.